Good evening, everyone. Welcome to KOTR, Knowledge and Principles. It's Monday night, so we'll be once more delving back into learning to walk the tree. Tonight we'll be discussing Chesed. This one will be kind of a short one. Give me a few seconds to share some of these links. Sorry, I'm off to a little bit of a late start. While I'm sharing the links, I can probably break down why I didn't broadcast last week, mainly due to the holidays, 4th of July weekend, and I've been having some interesting conversations with some people that kind of carried over into, before I knew it, it was like almost 10 o'clock. But things I am going to be discussing here as well. We're going to be starting a new series here Thursday night, I believe. I haven't quite set the date yet, but it is going to be this week sometime. We're going to start talking about some of our tools and technology. But the first one's going to be on black mirrors. It's important. We'll get into that maybe here in a little bit after I cover the tree, because this is also important. This is setting the foundations for cyber magic. It's important that other people understand the process, how we're learning to walk the tree. And there's probably going to be an extra video done on learning to walk the tree. I want to tie in a little history as well. Stories from other texts, other belief systems that are actually very the same thing, teaching you a lesson about the tree of life. So let's get this show on the road. Chesed, mercy. As we all know, last week we dealt with Geber, or 2 weeks ago we dealt with Geber, which is the divine power or strength or judgment. The kindly ruler of the fourth sephira of the tree of life, of the Jupiter sphere, takes forms manifesting by Bina. And administers for and governs there. The anabolic process compound with the Kabbalistic process of Geburah, Kabbalistic symbols, a solid figure, tetrahedron, pyramid, equal arm cross, orb, wand, scepter, crook, carrot, Thor's magical image, a might-enthroned king. Ruling angel is believed to be Qliphoth. Sorry about the little intonement there. It's a little hard one to pronounce. In Chakma is the radiance of blue, and thence is there a blue color, pure and primitive, and glistening with spiritual light, which is reflected onto Chesed, and the sphere of operation is called Sedek, or Jupiter, and it fashions the image of material things, bestowing peace and mercy, and it rules the sphere of actions of the planet Jupiter. And Ei is the title of the strong God and mighty, ruling in glory, magnificence and grace, the archangel Chesed, the prince of mercy and benefits. The name of the order of angel is Chesed. Brilliant ones, who are also called the Order of Dominions. The Sephira Chesed is called Gedilah, or Magnificent and Glory. You may recognize the word. It can be found for those that do. Actually, you can recognize both Geburah and Gedilah. As you can see, now you're starting to see how things, operations, and structures are built throughout the tree. When we perform the Kabbalistic cross, we use both terms. And as you pretty much you start seeing all the correspondence, every correspondence in this world, we can relate and correspond to the tree of life and find its Sephira. When we do numerology, we also correspond our numbers to the tree of life. Ten Sephira, also 20. As we stated, as we're soon getting ready to start, it's corresponding opposite in the Qliphoth. Each Sephira holds both. There is no two trees. It's one tree, guys. I can't keep repeating that process over and over enough to make you guys understand. I gave a better definition of it. The best definition I could get is in the Tefera video, second video. But there was those two parts. I know what was missing from here. I need to correct myself. I mispronounced this. In fact, I'm going to fix this now so nobody else makes the same mistake I just made. Thought that was wrong. Lowercase L's look like capital I's. L is the God name, or the power word for the Sephira. L is God. Strong God, mighty, ruling, and glory. I knew something didn't sound right. So Ched is the operation we're seeking to do mercy, things for mercy. It's also the pyramid, the tetrahedron. It's the triad. Well, not the triad, never mind. As you notice, Ched is also called Gedilah, where on the other side it's Geburah. There's a distinction there, because like I said, one is mercy, one is more wrath, more action. When we seek justice and stuff, we want a righteous justice. We'll use Chez combined with Geburah. merciful righteousness and merciful justice, which is something that is actually taught in Geburah. You start seeing the process, how the process connects the trees, pulls them together, centers them. Let's get on to the Qliphoth form. The opposite of Chesed is Gasheklah, oh yeah, I'm butchering names today. Gasheklah, or not L, damn. Gasheklah. Whew, wow, bad. Just one of those words I'm just not wanting to pronounce tonight. Also known as the Smiters. Gasheklah is the cupola corresponding to the Sephir Chesed, loving kindness. It is described as the disruptor of all things, and the form of its demon are the black cat-eyed giants. And the Qliphoth of Chesed is the divine force that spreads so far and thin that it breaks due to its own weakness. The Qliphoth represents the misguided and imbalanced love which exhausts and ultimately suffocates its object. With its borderless benevolence and tenderness, the cupola of Chesed is called Gasheklah, which can be translated as the smiting ones. And no, I'm intentionally misinterpreting that one. Mainly because that one's just like the other word that was struggling, the angelic name. It's hard to do without intoning, as you'll learn a lot with the Hebrew stuff. There's certain words, they're just hard to say when you don't intone. Translations of the smiters, the disturbance of all things, the breakers in pieces, the disturbing ones. Description, black, cat-headed giants. Power, agitation, vampirism, qliphotic instruction. Comment, disordering, disruption, troubling, distortion, dishevelment, basically, it is the opposite in all its forms. It's meant to deceive, where you get mercy. See, there's only weakness. To show mercy would be to show weakness. It's one of those that can be, when you start getting into the darker parts of Chesed, it can get very dark quick. But remember, this is the key when dealing with this one. It's weak. More of an illusion. Illusions are done through this part of the Sephira. You know, that's also where people get delusion of grandeur. Because it is an illusion, it's weak. It's false ideas, false beliefs. When you're wielding those things, you're wielding them through this part of the Qliphoth and Chesed, the opposite. Gasheklah. Which, no, not right, guys. I'm not pronouncing it right. I'm doing that one on purpose. I didn't care for this one when I was studying it. And I think many will find the same thing because it's the way it, realization of the illusions, the deceptions that are inside it. You know, they have a purpose. Everything has a purpose, and it has to flow naturally through us. I've discussed that over and over. When we start weaving we're using the illusions of that sephira. We're allowing you to see what you want to see. It's not so much we're using it and tapping into it, it just flows naturally, and you're picking up what you want to see. You know, this is one of the areas where you'll see as you enter it. Like I said, the illusion of darkness is there, but it is an illusion. And this is something that's going to be very important to understand. When we start start talking on the cyber magic stuff, once I discuss the Black Mirror, a couple other things that need to be discussed before we enter into that field. The tree of life needs to be understood, and understood that it's one tree. Everything must flow in its natural process and natural form. We can't put labels on things. And that's something that shows me it's something that I need to go revisit in my studies on this particular sephira, because there's not much notes there. As you guys can see, I'm done already. And it was just, at the time, I wasn't ready to understand these things. Like I said, we're going to be constantly revisiting the sephiras. It's everyday, part of our everyday growth. Once you realize that, you're not scared to come back and look at it. It's like, oh, okay, now I see. Now there's more I can add to it. There's more understanding that comes. Which is why I've enjoyed revisiting some of these old lectures that I've done. It shows me some places where I need to go back and revisit and restudy. Some doors that at that time wasn't ready to be opened. And as we open them, as we see that we're now ready to enter them, new wisdom and knowledge from both will flow through, because both flow naturally. There's not going to be one opening doors, both will open new doors. New knowledge and wisdom will be transferred. And that's the beauty of the tree of life. That's the beauty of most of the things we encounter and deal with every day when it comes to our occult studies and practices. When you can break yourself free of the distinction of positive, negative, when you come to that realization, that enlightenment, that all those things are part of you, they flow naturally through everything. It is us that puts the hindrance on them, because we are aware. We have free will, free choice, if you want to go on those terms. And by that, we put emphasis on things and give it power when it's supposed to flow naturally. No, that's the problem. We get too quick to judge people by it. Oh, they follow more of a left-hand path because they follow the cupola. Well, no, they follow the same path you do. They follow the tree of life. But they're doing the opposite of what you're doing. They're putting focus on the dark, or the negative side, and putting hindrance on the positive, not allowing it to flow naturally, therefore trying to make one stronger, when in a sense what you are doing, exactly what I stated, happens in Chesed. in the Qliphoth form. You're creating an illusion. You're creating a weakness. You're not accessing full power. You know? It's like screwing a light bulb in and only screwing it halfway in to where it barely touches. The light bulb isn't as strong. Same principle, guys. It needs both positive and negative. Look at everything every little thing that you power with batteries or that's powered by electricity. It has a positive and negative. It must flow equally. When it's not flowing equally, you blow circuits, or you don't get a bright light, or your TV will flicker on and off, sometimes work normally, then all of a sudden go out. Eventually it could cause a feedback that could blow some circuits inside the TV. Same thing happens to us when we start putting labels on things and trying to put importance one over the other. We create an illusion. We create a deception. In the end, it's our intention that makes anything those things. What is our intent? You know, yes, there's bad apples out there. They're going to use and abuse these things. But then again, as somebody's pointed out, what is their intention? Is that intention to cause growth in something? You know, there's many aspects and facets of things. I mean, we know when something's just downright malicious. That's, you know, that's not to be, shouldn't never be done. And you're going to play hell even justifying it, even to yourself. But by creating an illusion, you trick yourself. And therefore you can semi-justify it. And in a sense, this goes back to what I said in the beginning of this series. In a sense, what you're doing when you do start putting labels on things like that, trying to give one thing more power than squash the other, you're actually closing yourself off. You're spiritually, you're closing yourself off. You're not listening to your soul, you're silencing your soul. And you do it. Same result happens. You know, just food for thought, something for you guys to think about. But like I said, I will be starting a new video series. We'll be delving into cyber magic. We're going to be delving into our tools, how they've been being abused and being used in the wrong hands. So, for those that are on my Facebook page, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll discuss this fully with you guys. I'm going to briefly cover it here. Like I said, why am I going to start with black mirrors? Well, it's actually quite simple. You're staring in front of one right now, watching this video, or listening to this video. You're staring at it probably almost all day. Yeah, guys, your black screens on your computers, your laptops, your iPads, iPhones, cell phones, TVs is a black mirror. And you're going to be quite surprised when I start breaking down some of the other stuff you guys use that are our tools. That's why it's important to also understand the properties of the tree, the structure, the helix. But you didn't see that one coming, did you? It is the triple helix. That's why I said at the end of this series, we're getting close to that, I am going to do a little outside history work on it, linking it, showing you the different cultures that have used this very symbology, including the Christians. And some of you might say, well, yeah, how? That don't make sense. Well, it actually makes quite sense. The crucifixion, Golgotha, the two thieves, and Jesus on the cross. Jesus being the middle pillar, the thief on the right or left, depending on how you're looking at it. On the right was on the mercy side, and the one on the left was on the judgment side. And he was judged for his sins, while the other one was what? Yes, shown mercy. Yes. Huh. Bet you too many people didn't get that one. It's just not that religion. I'll break it down in other episodes. It's important to understand these things. Because once you start seeing these things, you start seeing some of the deceptions that that has been sown, how they've created the divisions amongst all of our communities, all of our religions. That's why I said religion is nothing more than a means to control the masses. It's not spiritual. It's full. All the dogma is stuff that makes you to be controlled. You strip the dogma, then you find it spiritual. Because nowhere in the spiritual does it tell us to hate each other. Nowhere in the spiritual does it tell us to judge others for different beliefs, which is very beautifully written and spoken of, even in our traditions and our practices. Now Wednesday for sure I will be doing meditation. It will be on, I'm going to revisit something. It's not going to be quite revisited. It's going to be something a little bit different, but I want to go back to music, notes, frequencies and vibrations. Yes, there's going to be a theme this week. Themes that are leading up to cyber magic. Even through meditation, we're dealing with frequencies, vibrations. We're calming ourselves to be a receiver, to receive those vibrations. Therefore, those vibrations are transferred into imagery or words. We also transmit them to others. So that's going to be what my meditation series is going to, meditation video Wednesday is going to be about. I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, I always looking forward when we start dealing with it when it comes to music, because that's my relaxation. That's my form of meditation. One of my more favorite ones. The music's just not that. The birds outside in the mornings and the evenings singing and chirping is a form of music, form of communication. Much like learning the properties of the tree, we learn the frequencies and vibrations of each sephirah. And its opposites. It allows us to harmonize ourselves with the tree. Interesting thought, isn't it? I've actually done a meditation video discussing that on the tree. But like I said, everything's back on schedule again. Like I said, I'm thinking Thursday. Thursday sounds like a good day to do cyber magic. I don't know why. It's the feeling I'm getting. So I haven't And I've been real busy the past couple of weeks. I haven't had time to schedule it, get anything scheduled. So tomorrow, it's supposed to be rain in the next couple of days. I'm going to work on getting some of this stuff scheduled so you guys can actually know when I'm going live. But it's been pretty much full, Mondays, Wednesdays, and I'll be adding a Thursday more than likely. Saturdays and Sundays, I live stream on Twitter through Periscope on Saturdays anywhere between, usually about, here late it's been 10, but it anywhere, I'll either go live 9, 10, or 11. Same way on Sundays on Facebook. It's my way of giving back to my audiences on Facebook and my audiences on Twitter. And there's no topics. It's whatever I want to talk about while I'm enjoying my morning cup of coffee and smoking a pipe that I've come to enjoy. I wish I would have quit smoking cigarettes a long time ago. Even though this is not just as bad for you, so not like I quit smoking. But I am smoking a hell of a lot less. So that's a plus. Next Monday, we'll be discussing Bina, understanding, and its opposite, which I actually enjoyed my time in that one. Of course, who wouldn't? It's understanding. Like I said, we're getting close to wrapping this series up. And like I said, I've learned from it as well. Like I said, I've seen where I need to go back and revisit. Chesed being the one area where I need to go back and revisit. And after I do, I will come and redo a video for it with the updated knowledge and wisdom that's been given to me and my experience through it. That's the beauty of what I find loving about doing these things this way. Is I'm also sharing my experience as I go, or experiences that I've learned already. The wisdom and knowledge has been shared to me that I'm now sharing to you. But like I said, this one was meant to be a short one. And we're going to find that. You guys are even going to find out as you guys travel and travel the tree and walk it. You're going to find ones where be not that heavy. Like I said, I've been doing this for years just to build up what I got. I'm still adding to them. Beauty of it. I could, a year from now, come back and revisit this whole thing and it would grow. It'd be longer. And some areas might not be. Some of the areas that were already long might not get any longer. So I'm not ready to open up to me. Like I said, that's the important part. I want you guys to understand we all grow and learn at different rates. Don't get frustrated. Just understand that, as you're walking your path, it's unique to you. As you're ready to learn and grow, you will. Rush it. Don't force it. And you'll do just fine. And you may learn by not rushing it, trying to force things, things will start opening up faster to you. Took me a little bit longer than most people to learn that lesson. Yeah, I was the type, I wanted it now. And that doesn't always work. Wanting it now and getting it are two different things. You'll probably spend most of your time beating your head off the wall, or waking up very sore the next day. But I am going to close this off, like I said, Wednesday at 9. We're doing meditation. It'll be in music, vibrations and frequencies and notes. Then Thursday, pretty sure Thursday, at 9, we'll be doing the first part of cyber magic. We'll be discussing the Black Mirror. So I look forward to them. And for those that are only been really tuning in for learning to walk the tree, the next one will be Monday at 9. But I actually recommend checking out some of the other videos I have. They're all educational, and I've got them all transferred over here now. All the Paradigms of Magic series, which I would recommend you guys watching, because when we start dealing with the cyber magic, that is the next paradigm, and you need to know and understand all the structures of magic, all the paradigms, each structure, each formula. Just like you'll need to understand the structures and formulas of working with the tree, how I'm explaining it. You know. But it's time that we start discussing those things. I've been looking forward to doing them for quite some time, a lot longer than what most of you might think. Some of you might think, well, we've been doing the videos since December. Well, yes, you're correct. But I've also been posting my lectures and stuff, my knowledge on other websites. Also did a magazine for almost 3 years. And I've been wanting to do them even then. But I was hesitant. I was waiting until I felt it was time. And just doing these videos like this has given me that opportunity and that time. So I know when I do it, it's done right. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's important because that's the way you know when I'm going live or when I'm uploading videos, because I do upload when I can. Here late, I haven't been able to, which has kind of put me behind on a few things that I've been wanting to do and I haven't been able to do because I can't upload them. But it looks like they're slowly starting to get that part of the internet's problem fixed. So maybe next week I'll be able to do some uploads. I'm hoping. Get some things caught up that I've got done already. That was meant for the last 2 months. So I will see you guys Wednesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Be safe and think about some things. Don't be afraid to take a break, step away from these black mirrors. Trust me, it'll be beneficial. And I will see you guys next time.